All right. Welcome to Real Estate Hustlers Podcast. I am your host, Josh Appelman, founder and CEO of Appelman Properties. On this episode, we're talking with Cornelius Cannon. Cornelius is an influential president of multifamily dealmakers, guiding investors to raise millions for real estate. With his make more, give more philosophy, has empowered countless individuals and has underscored his distinct leadership in the industry. Cornelius, we appreciate you coming on today. Please let the listeners know a little bit more about yourself.
Man, thank you for having me. I'm so excited for this opportunity to be a part of your show, man. I love what you're doing and the impact you're making in the community. Well, just like most people in this industry, I kind of started out same like many of us, right? I started out a few years ago. I kind of was sitting at home thinking to myself, actually looking in the mirror and saying, and asking myself like, wow, how did I get here, right? I was at a point in time where I felt like I didn't like my job. I feel like my marriage wasn't going the way it was supposed to go, and I feel like I wasn't really there for my children, right? I feel like I did all the things I thought was right, but I was like, how did I get here? And I really just felt stuck for a moment. I didn't know where to go. And I went to my two favorite G's. I went to God, and God sent me to Google. I kind of just started Googling, trying to figure out how to get this lifestyle that everybody you talk about, you see the happiness, the ability to travel, the ability to fulfill and give to other people. And I really wanted that. We tried. We knew real estate was the vehicles because we tried flipping houses. I was a real estate agent trying to sell properties that way. We had a couple rentals, but it felt like we still was doing we felt bondage. We felt like we was tied to that business or tied to that. The date nights was no thing. I would miss appointments, so forth. And my wife kind of came across this program was about multifamily investing, right? Financial freedom. They all say financial freedom, multifamily investing. So we actually went to that course, and like the 3-day workshop. And I remember going there thinking like, we're not buying anything. Like this, we ain't buying another course. We got enough courses already. We're not buying anything at all. And I remember being in the course and kind of sitting, listening to the stuff he was saying, and it's saying like, okay, got you. Okay, I see how it's done. Okay, I understand. And he's like doing testimony. She did it. He did it. He did it. Okay, got you. I feel confident. Okay, I feel like I can do it. And I said, okay, got you. Well, I was like, okay. Here comes the big price, right? Like, okay. What's the big price? Say, okay. I said, okay, Lord, give me a sign. Say, give me a sign. Is this for me or not? And he said, you can have all this for this price right here. And I seen the price, and I said, thank you, Lord. It's my sign. That price is not for me. I'm not buying that for that price. I know my account. And I started laughing so forth. And I remember looking to my love and to my wife, and she was just crying. And I was like this, like, why are you crying? She because she said, like, is this the one? Like we've tried so many different things. Like, is this the one? Like, can we make this happen because of it probably everything we want, but can we do it? And, as a man, trying like, come on, try to stand up, like, because everything falls on. I feel like everything falls on my leader of the household. Try to be a leader. I'm like, okay, gotcha. I gotta get us to this goal line. How can we get to this point of time that we all want? So I remember going to the guy in the back of the room and saying, hey man, we want to do the program, but that price we just don't have right now, right? What option do you have? And he looked at me a couple of times with a smile face. He said, well, Cornelius, we do have a gold package, right? I said, well, how much gold package? He said, well, he said, well, how much you have? I said, well, I try to negotiate with him a little bit. He said, well, if you pay this price right here for this, you pay this price right now, I give you a gold package. I'm like, okay, got you. So I looked at my account and kind of gave him like majority, like all the cash I had, because I just did a flip so far, gave him cash I had. He said, okay, got you. Swipe, the card went through. Then he went to the back and came back with a box of books. I'm like, books? Like what? This like who's still doing books like this? Books. I looked like him. He's like, yes, it's your gold package. Go for it, buddy. And I like this. God, so okay, got it. Here you go. All right. So now I'm in the game, right? So I think I went home and I went through every book and everything in that thing. I kind of just went everything in that process. And it seemed very simple, right? I went through everything in every menu thing. It seemed very simple how to do multifamily investing. It was like go out, find a good deal, you underwrite it, make sure the numbers work, then you raise capital, and guess what? You close on deal. I said, great, 1, 2, 3, sounds great. So for weeks, even months, me being a real estate agent, I was looking for other agents, send out letters, doing everything I can to find property owners, right? And I was spending weeks and months doing that. Then I sit down with hours with spreadsheets, softwares, trying to make the numbers work, right? Underwriting with hours doing this right here, right? Then when I finally got a property on a contract, right? Doing all that, then I go out to meetup groups, call my family friends, trying to find everybody just begging them to get money for my capital, right? And when it worked because I actually had a deal on a contract. I remember one time the deal I had on a contract, I was so excited about it. And I remember we went through due diligence, went through on the walkthrough and everything. And like the program said, hey, go to your sponsors and help you out raise capital. When my sponsor would raise capital, right? And like 2 weeks before the deal had closed, they said, this is not a good deal. I'm out. And I'm like, what to do now? Like everything I worked for, I was it's more what to do now. And I felt like I didn't know what to do. I felt like I kind of scrambled for cash, I call everybody I want, but however, and the funny thing is, I felt vulnerable to them. I felt like I was like I was at their mercy. My whole dreams, my whole life was been dependent upon somebody else's decision, and I felt vulnerable. Then I felt defeated. And what happened? And I couldn't get mad at her because it didn't work for her on the deal. And what happened is I had a council contract. I lost the money that we put down for the due diligence and everything. And my broker worked for all these months. He stopped calling me. So I had my phone calls. It felt like a very dark spot for me. Like I felt like a true failure. And I like this. And I remember just one day just scrolling through Facebook one day, and I came across this post, and the guy said, "Hey, I just came this country a couple years ago, barely speaking English, and now I'm closing like 3,000 unit portfolio." I'm like, who is this guy, right? So I opened his profile, and like he'll close like a new deal like every other month. I'm like, this guy I know something I don't know. So what I did is he had the link said you want to learn more real estate, hop on the phone with me. So I hop on the phone with him, so forth, trying to figure out I'm gonna get the good nuggets, so forth. How can I get the good nuggets from him? So I remember the first day of the phone call we had, and it was like he's like, so Cornelius, what do you do? I'm like, man, let's look here. I'm a real estate agent. I'm good at finding properties. Man, I got a software so I can write software very fast. And also I got a couple deals in the pipeline, so I'm ready to raise capital. And he looked at me, he said, huh, like he wasn't impressed. I said, so man, what do you do? He said, well, man, Cornelius, you understand, like real estate is a team sport. Find something you like, become good at that, and you partner with those who's good at what they do. And at that moment, it's like one of those big aha moments. Like I knew it, but I wasn't doing it. In that moment, I kind of stopped trying to do everything for everybody, right? I try to stop trying to be just trying to do everything. And I really kind of focus on doing one thing only. And then I kind of focus on how can I be good at finding something I like, enjoy, become good at that, and part of what people do. And that's how the community kind of started evolving because of other people. I start part of other people who start doing other deals and being other pieces of the deals, and we can kind of do deals together. And then I was able to go further faster by doing that. And that's really the main thing of how the development of creating communities have come around, because of it allows us to be good at what we do. Yeah, so I'm looking to partner more people good at what they do, and how we can make a true community and make and create true teams by everybody being different things. I say like everybody can't be. We don't need 5 LeBron James. We don't need 5 Steph Curry shooting threes every day, right? And we don't need a team of Tom Brady throwing footballs every day. So like somebody got to catch the ball, somebody got to block. So what position you good at, and trying to figure out how we make us to the goal line. I think you're muted. Yeah, you muted, Josh.
I was on mute there. Yeah. Apologize, but you just went over a ton of information, and the biggest thing is that you go a mile deep, not a mile wide on what you want to learn, and you become the most valuable person in the room on what you specialize at, being a specialty. And then you also the adage out there that you find a great deal and the money will come is absolutely false. No one's going to invest with anyone that they do not know. It just doesn't happen. No, strangers don't invest in strangers. You've got to be in a network of people that everyone builds trust with each other. And that goes to say, I'm going to reference Cornelius, because Cornelius has been tried and true. He's a person that I know, and I suggest you doing business with him. That goes a lot further than just advertising out there a deal and hoping that somebody comes along to invest in the deal. It's something that's portrayed in the industry. The good deals will have the money that comes. It just doesn't work out. And then you saying another thing. You started at getting into the room and then seeing what they had to offer, and then what was the price, and then you had to pay the price to actually be a part of the group. No matter whether it was a gold level, platinum level, silver level, at least you paid a price to become a part of something bigger, and that essentially opened up your door to new things. Is that right?
Yeah, I think a couple things you say, like I think like you're right. I think that so many times like it's not about, I say like it's not about what you know, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you and what they know you for, right? So like if you a brain surgeon that also do nails and do hair and do your tats and so forth, like you kind of get confused when people like this. I'm not sure, I lose confidence in you. Or like, hey, I'm Josh and so forth. I'm good at this market here. You got to do in this market here. That's what I'm known for. And people got like, oh, I know a guy in that market. I refer to like as well because that has more weight than anything, right? Referrals as well, or people referring people to you, and I think that that's a key. And also you said something about pay. I think that a lot of times these groups so forth and communities like deals people do business with people who they like, right, or people like them, right, or people who they know, like, and trust. Y'all hear that, know, like, and trust people, right? So you hear that constantly. So sometimes you have to, I say sometimes you have to pay for your friends. You have to pay to get in these rooms. Sometimes you got to pay to get in these groups because of sometimes like a plant can grow in the environment a plant is in can grow faster, right? So like being in the right environment can make you grow faster. Sometimes so you can pay. Sometimes you can pay either way. You can pay in time, you can pay in headache, you can pay in due diligence, or you can pay with money and accelerate yourself. So you have to be selective of how you're going to pay because you're going to pay regardless of some sort. And I think that time is one of the things that we so far I don't think that we get back. Right? I mean, I'm not saying sure what happened. No one knows truly what happened when we get died, what we believe and so forth. But however, I think that we're here for a finite period of time, and our health and the opportunity is there for a finite opportunity, right? Is our time is now, all right? Or the market, our time is now, right? So you can't really continue to procrastinate. So you got to pay for that acceleration time of some sort. Because everybody say, I wish I would have done this 10 years ago. Well, here you are now.
Yeah, here's your journey there. I heard something the other day, and it actually struck because it makes a ton of sense. There's a ton of free groups out there. There's your real estate investor associations. There's meetup groups. But the thing that struck is that millionaires or even billionaires, they don't look for free groups to go and hang out at. They look for the paid groups, the $25,000 3-day events, the $50,000 the groups that are high dollar, which essentially buys yourself into the door. It's going to cost money to get in, but it separates the people that are serious from the people that are just passerbyers. It gets you in a different group when you're paying it, not necessarily even the amount, it's just paying something to show your dedication to being there.
I think because it's natural for, as us as human, I mean not human, but natural as I guess people in general society, we associate value with a price. For example, if we go to I think they did a study one time and they took some wine tasters. They gave them a expensive bottle of wine, a middle bottle of wine, and a cheap bottle of wine, right? And they all price wine, and everybody drank the wine and so forth, and asked for reviews. And what happened was the expensive wine got great reviews, the middle wine got okay reviews, and cheap wine got bad reviews. But in actuality, it was the same wine on all of them. Right. So example, if I say, hey Josh, I got a 2025 Ferrari fully loaded outside you can have right now for $1. Like this for $1. Why? What's wrong with it? Yeah, like what's wrong with like you gotta question it. But so I mean, because of the price of value there. So social like or go to a restaurant, oh, this steak costs $10 more. The steak costs $100 steak for a $10 steak. You already think, oh, the steak must have more value, or must be better. So I mean, the human mind, we're conditioned to think that value is better with price. Like even name brand sometimes, right? It costs more, it must be a better shirt. But even though it may not be a better shirt, but however, the fact that we associate value with price. So I think a lot of times we hinder ourselves by trying to go cheap, but sometimes cheap costs more.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And it's like, what is you measure the ROI? What is the ROI on this? Well, what is the ROI on nothing? Because essentially, if you do nothing, there is no ROI. So just getting in the room, getting around like-minded people that have all got there the same exact way, and then that essentially boosts you up in of itself just by being around the people. Raising capital, well, I guess the biggest barrier to entry is for people that are wanting to get into multifamily is how do we get the equity to buy the property in order to get the experience to build a portfolio, and you have a very NAC specific way of raising capital and ways to get yourself out there to start getting some of that exposure experience. Can you go over with us what that looks like and how you?
Sure. Sure. I think the best way to raise capital is not to raise capital. I think the best way to raise capital is actually to attract capital. There's people already out there who have money and want to invest and actually want to invest. All you gotta do is find them. It's not real estate been around for so long, right? Our investment been around for so long, right? So I think that it kind of I kind of broke it down into a four-step formula, right? The first step is you got to find your who. Right, they'll say the avatar, so forth. But I mean, so it's not all about demographics, but about the creative versus a female, male, so forth. It's also about their psychographics. What are they thinking, right? Because not everybody want to make money. Some people actually want to save money or pay less in taxes. For example, I know a lot of doctors make a lot of money, like, but however they pay a lot in taxes. So when you say, hey, I got a good deal, make more money like this. Oh, I want to make more money. I want to save more taxes. So I mean, so you got to figure out who you're talking to. Right now, also demographics, but also psychographics, right? Are they looking for retirement, school, and so forth? You gotta go down deep in there. The second thing I say is where, right? Where they're going to solve their problem. Are they going to podcasts? Are they going to meetup groups? Are they going to Facebook? Are they going to TikTok? Where are they going to actually solve their problem they're looking for? Are they going to financial advisors, right? And also, I say where is also another part today is where they're at in their investing journey. Because of if I'm talking about investing and about investing in multifamily, and you know that's best before, then it's like I'm speaking the whole thing to you. Like, so talking about who actually invested 10 times or somebody who invested the first time, the conversation is different. The conversation is different. So it's like where they at in the investing journey. It just getting started, or they never did it before, right? The third thing is the what, right? What can I do to get their attention? Right? Do I need to do a summit? Do I need to do an ebook? Do I need to do a video? Do I need to go outside and do mailers? Right? I get mail all the time about people financial advisors doing free dinners at the steakhouse. So I mean, so what can you get attention? Right? And also the what is what state that they're in, because of a lot of times I say state for our state of mind, and the state kind of comes in three different parts. You have every product and every company always create three different kind of customers. I say, right? You have the people who's die hard. Like, for example, like if I saw an Android phone, right? And you know, there's some people who love Apple. Some people who die hard Apple. They got Apple hat, Apple Watch, Apple that. Like they're die hard Apple. Some people who got Apple, they satisfied with it, but dude, I don't care about the latest and greatest. No problem. I'm fine with the iPhone 7. I'm cool with it, right? And some people actually who hate Apple. Dude, I can't stand Apple. Apple suck, so forth. So if I sold Android phone, who would be the easier sell? Why am I going after the diehard? I'm gonna fighting them all day long, right? Person price, they're gonna price shop me, right? Person who actually hate Apple would probably, hey, listen, hey man, you have a phone, you hate Apple, try my phone, it's probably even better, right? So I mean, so I say like the what is probably easier to kind of figure out where state of mind they're in before you actually approach them. A lot of people, well, the family try to go out people who love stock or diehard Bitcoin. Let them love Bitcoin. Go for it. They love Bitcoin. Don't waste your time with that. Find people actually having trouble with a thing and be an easier sell. The fourth thing is how. This is the challenge point. I think it's I see it as a mountain. It's like a tipping point of actually investment, right? How do I build trust and also eliminate skepticism, right? Building trust is things that is easier to earn. It's easier to earn, but it's easier to lose, but it's hard to earn sometimes, right? But and also eliminate skepticism. We're always trying to figure out, is this person real? Is this person authentic? Is this person, how genuine is this person, right? And I think that kind of comes with really just by showing up, right? Just if you see me posting every day, or you see me doing an event every day, like this guy consistent, so it kind of eliminates he's not a fake, right? Or building trust by just doing what you say. Hey, I say I'm gonna call you at 10 o'clock. I called you at 10 o'clock, right? Those little small increments. Are you saying to me an ebook? I have an ebook, right? Those are things build trust. I think that those are the four-step formula that I kind of help me create a form of attracting capital. So that way I can create something, a product out there, like an event like there. People come to me who want to invest in what's name, build trust about who I am, and invest my deals that I got going on. So I'm not chasing them at all. They I say so now it's a question of you find them, figure out what they like. Now I'm just shopping with their money. Right, I'm going to say, hey, you like this deal in this area? You go from all. I go find deals in that area. So that way, it's a lot easier for me. I found now everybody have a different way, but I found it's easier to go that way to find people with money, find what they like. Now we go shopping for them with their money, shopping for their deals. So I find it's an easy way to actually raise capital, because I learned that raise capital have like two parts. One is attracting, getting people on your list. Also, then the second part is securing capital, right? Getting the money from them.
That's incredible. And the biggest takeaway, of course, is don't raise capital, attract capital.
Yes.
And that's if you're sending out proof of what you can do and who you are and how you do it, social proof, to me, you're attracting attention. You're attracting attention of what you're capable of doing. I think the biggest thing that I see, I just had an experience the other day. And I'm just going to be real quick on this. Is a future potential operator is wanting to take down a $9 million deal and is bringing in experienced players around him. But essentially, he wants to be the main operator. But he's been flipping houses, so he's wanting to take down a 160 unit property, but he doesn't have the experience. He's wanting to bite off something that's bigger than his head, and that is not the way to get there. You want to prove your way of getting there by maybe even doing smaller deals, 8, 16, 24, 32, or get around the other people that are doing bigger deals, take a step back, and then get the experience by being in the room, and then eventually being the main sponsor on the deal. But that's a part of getting the attention. You don't want to get negative attention, because if you only have one reputation every day, and if you're going out there and burning your reputation by doing the wrong things or the wrong steps, it can have a totally negative effect and burn your career in the industry as well. And that was just the other day. So it was an experience that I had. And of course, me being experienced, had to walk away from the deal just because I didn't. There's some things that we don't need to do risky things. We don't want to. But I love what you said. Attract capital, and people want to go where they believe it's safe, with the right person, with the right operator, and the right deal.
And you make a good point, because of that takes maturity and a level of experience to know thyself, right? You know your own limitations. Like, dude, this is not the best for me. My best use of my time or my energy. And I think that in this game, like the more I learn, the more you learn, the more you realize that you don't know something, right? You don't know what you don't know, right? And I think a lot of times, like people are saying, "I want to start small," so forth, which is great. But a lot of times, like it's easier to start big because less riskier, because when you start small, sometimes you don't have the money to buy a good property manager. Right. But however, so because of, like example, that guy, he probably know property management before, but so you're not sure how to manage 160 units people, right? How to reach, how to change it from a B class to A class or C class to B class, the tenants and so forth. Like a lot of how to migrate this market, how to and you don't know what you don't know. So it's good to be around people who are more experienced than you and learn from them a couple of times. And I think that's it takes a level of maturity and level of knowing yourself. Like take the ego out, because I really think that we all get in this game. I ain't say everybody's different, but I think that we all get to game as I think of the old Robert Kiyosaki quadratic formula, right? We all start quadrant. We all start out as employees, right? Having a job, so forth. Then we become going down to the S, right? We kind of become our GPs and so forth, trying to do deals. But it's very rare that we actually go to the B, where cross-side actually create a business that runs by itself, right? It's very rare. A lot of people in some cases get to a point where it can run by itself, a company, right? But then I think we also want to get to the I, where we can sit back and allow money work for us. So it's like a lot of times we try to get to the GP and so forth, but ultimately we really just want to sit back and invest $1 and get $2 back. That's what we want to do.
Yeah. And that's I believe that is huge in itself. 2x multiple is and you might give 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years up to get that 2x multiple, but that is the idea. Send it out, let it create some babies, and come on back home. And that's what we're all after. It's all about, but it's about trust.
Yes. It's about how can we get there along the way, right? How can we get there, right? Without losing our babies.
And building relationships along the way, long-term relationships, and essentially getting the experience. I love your capital raising strategy, and I think it definitely hits at home with me, because you put yourself out there and you're wondering what's going on, what's wrong, why isn't this working? And it's all about there's a formula and a game to everything. You got to learn the game. And you've got to get around people like yourself that have figured it out, that we could be taught from. And I know I joined your room and your capital raising room, and it helped me a ton just by learning techniques and being exposed. You're getting out of your comfort zone on a lot of things. A lot of people want to pull back and not put themselves out there, but essentially you got to let people know what you're doing.
Yeah, like what can you be known for, right? Like example, like your podcast right now, people are knowing who you are, and like sometimes I think that when I first started, I started doing summits because I felt as if like, who am I, right? And what I did, I created a summit where I interviewed people who more experienced than me, and it's like an example, and I rose my credibility rose with them. Because they say, oh, you know these people, so forth. I have to be able to trust on me. So I think that if you don't feel like you're enough, I think we all have that feeling that we're not enough of something. I think it's all internal with all of us. We all have the feeling we're not enough of something. And in this game, as an adult, you don't want to put stuff out there because you're afraid to make mistakes, but sometimes it's okay. But I mean, like, you can leverage the experience of other people, right? You see and ask people questions about who more experienced than you, and people want to get in a platform because why they want it. I think that this is better than actually saying, hey, can I buy you a lunch? Right? Because one, that's only one way takeaway. I mean, I'm giving you and you leave it at this right here. It allows me to like have a podcast or a platform. It allows me to broaden my brand, broaden my message, and broaden my own mission by helping you. So I mean, I think that is a better ask than saying, hey, can I buy you lunch? Like I really, you do a podcast and ask the questions, or do do an event, something like that, because that way that we both can benefit from it. And I think so a lot of times people don't understand, like, they can just do that, just have a podcast and just do a YouTube video, right? And just be you and them, but no one knows how viral that video may go or so forth. But the person understand that it go two ways, opposed to me just sitting on a table and only you and I know, which you may or may not take action on our lunch conversation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And just being in the same room with people that are doing what you want to do and getting around that energy is huge in itself. If we've got listeners that are wanting to break into real estate, break into multifamily, and are trying to connect the dots and figure it out, how would you recommend that they get started and what their journey and their next path should be?
I say first, look at somebody who has a lifestyle that you want, right? I think the whole thing is be, do, have, right? You say who I need to be in order to have things I want, in order to do things I need to do, right? Be, do, have, right? Kind of back, right? Be who I want, do the thing I need to do, have the thing I want, right? Figure out who have a lifestyle and what are they doing, right? And really kind of dig to that because of I thought that underwriting thing, I really had underwriting my thing. I'm not saying I can't underwrite, but however, I don't want to underwrite hours a day. Some people love it. It's not for me, right? So raising capital, some people like don't do it. I enjoyed that part of it. I enjoyed doing this part of it. So I think that going around and being exposed, because of sometimes I think that it's like dating, right? In order to find or appreciate a good man, you gotta deal with some bad men. In order to appreciate a good woman, you gotta deal with some bad women, right? So I mean, so it's nature of the beast. So I think that that's why I feel confident I'm a good man, because I feel like I can compare myself to other men, but also I feel like I got a good woman because I compare myself to other women. I compare her to other women that I dealt with. So I mean, so I think that sometimes you have to kiss a couple frogs, but like go out there and experiment, find stuff that you like, so forth, and see if you like it, then nail it down, back down, so forth. So I think that just being in circles and being in an environment and but taking action by doing something, right? Because it's easier to steer a car moving than a parked car. So start getting motion, create some motion, and as you start going, you start finding yourself. And they always say like your thing you're looking for, right? It'll find you along your path, right? It's like I truly believe that you can't find yourself. People sometimes find myself. I think that you have to create yourself. Who do you want to be? Right. I think that's a true message of life. I mean, as I get older, like you can't say, I'm gonna find myself. You won't find yourself in no hills in Nebraska or have you. It's like you gotta create the person you want to be. Like that's where I come from. I had to create the person I want to be. And I'm still creating the person I want to be. I'm pretty sure I'm changed each year. I change as I get older.
That's huge, and the teacher will appear when the student is ready. And
correct.
I think I lean towards books that essentially created the path to where I now am, and mind shift books that make you think beyond of the present and where you can go and what you can do, because knowledge is everything, and it can never be taken from you. So it's creating your path, like you just said, become who you want to be, and whether it's manifesting or affirmations or whether it may be, it's for whatever reason it works. It seems to work, but and reinvent yourself. And every entrepreneur has to be able to flex, adapt, and become new with the times, because in the world of entrepreneurship, everything changes every day. We've got to constantly evolve and try to stay ahead of the curve, and become that person you want to be. Cornelius, I know that people are going to want to get a hold of you because you've got an awesome program. You've got a great guiding journey of how to help people get to where they want to be. How do they get a hold of you?
If you go to every Thursday, we have our event, multifamilydealroom.com, right? We there every Thursday, pitching deals, closing deals, and helping you raise capital. So I mean, I think it's a great opportunity to actually for you to see how people pitch their deals, and also you get a chance to see what deals out there that you'll be a part of. And I'm excited about the platform because it's going to be a more investor, more investor base that you can invest less amount of money in these deals, and you can see to get involved. So I think the best way to get in deals is by doing deals.
Yeah.
Really getting out there. So multifamilydealroom.com is the link that we at. Be there every Thursday.
Yeah, and it's a community. The platform's a community. You get to see what other people are doing and become a part of it, ask questions, and just get involved. Perfect. I appreciate it, Cornelius. This Saturday, we've had a great conversation. Appreciate what you're doing. Look forward to seeing you evolve like you continuously do. And I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the time.
Yes, sir. We'll talk soon.